Good afternoon, everybody. It is Sunday night here in New York City. We are on 59th Street, Central Park South, right at the opening of Central Park. We're looking down 6th Avenue right now. This is one of the main entrances to Central Park, and there used to actually be cars that could be able to drive right up through here. So that has since closed off, only open to bikes and pedestrians. Hey, Zoe1 says, what's up? Troy 1995, what's up, man? Says, I'm second. Hey, Sally's here. Sierra friend is here. Good afternoon, everybody. Hope you had a good weekend. Good to see you, Sierra friend. Paul Greenwell, always good to see you. Troy 1995 says, how's your Sunday? My Sunday was really good. Relaxing. I hope the same to all of you. I see Tony Cortez says, hi, Tom. What's up, Tony? How are you? AI says, happy Sunday, everybody. Charlie Richardson, I see you. RJ says, hola from Colorado, Tom. Welcome, RJ. Hope everybody had a really restful, relaxing weekend. But it's back to business, back to work tomorrow on Monday. Brittany says, happy Sunday, Tom. What's up, Brittany? AI, I see you in here. Sunshine after rain, how are you? It's actually pretty cold tonight, everybody. Really, really cold. I'm actually shivering a little bit. I had to wear a sweatshirt tonight. Sally says, yeah, my weekend was wonderful. Hey, the ABX girl is here. Fred says, where are we off to tonight, Tom? We may be going to the Manhattan Bridge, but that is to be determined. I'm not sure if we're gonna go to the Manhattan Bridge tonight or later in the week. I guess it just depends. Honestly, guys, it's pretty cold out right now. Not gonna lie. So we'll just make our way down. Downtown. But perhaps we will go to the Manhattan Bridge tonight. So I thank you, everybody, for joining. Fred, it's good to see you. Paul Greenwell, good to see you. Troy 1995 says, no more cold in Florida. I know. However, I do kind of like it. Just the beginning of the fall. I always like, you know, not too hot, not too cold. So we'll see. I hope everybody's well. We're skateboarding down 59th Street, right by the Park Lane Hotel, which they actually just redid the entire thing. If you guys want to take a look inside the Park Lane Hotel. I see William Creech. What's going on, William Creech? How are you? Always good to see you. So everybody, take a look inside the Park Lane Hotel. It's absolutely beautiful in there. They just gut renovated the whole thing. It's beautiful. So it's going to be a pretty relaxing stream tonight, nothing too crazy. I'm going to take it easy before the long day at work tomorrow. Troy 1995 says, how much for a night? I'm not sure actually, but I would assume maybe like a couple $100 for the night. This is the Plaza Hotel Residences, where you could actually buy a condominium in the Plaza Hotel. And this is 59th Street. This is all the way on the southern eastern side of Central Park. Sabrina says, hi, Tom, nice evening. How are you, Sabrina? Hey, Destructionist says, happy Sunday, perfect timing. I just came in from playing with our psycho puppy. Wow, he's a Jack Russell Terrier. That's awesome. That's awesome, Destructionist. Hey, and we got Ren in the house. What's up, everybody? We're overlooking 432 Park Avenue. Right here. Very beautiful night in New York. Pretty cold. I think it's actually 62 degrees Fahrenheit. Destructionist. That's awesome now that you got a new dog. That's great. So we may make our way down to the Manhattan Bridge tonight. That is to be determined, so we will see. Hey, I see Techno Pink here. Chill Beats to Chill. What's going on, everybody? Hope you're well. Welcome to the stream. going down on the skateboard tonight. No rain in the forecast, so it should be a pretty pleasant stream. If you guys want, I just uploaded the first edition of the newsletter. So if you want to go on the community page, you're able to read the newsletter that I will be putting out every single Sunday night around 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. So feel free to check that out on the YouTube community page if you want. So here's another look at the 432 Park Avenue, really nice. Hey, Darren Robbins says, good evening, Tom. I hope you had a nice day, and I hope you have a nice week. Thank you, Darren. Appreciate it. Techno Pink says, Fifth Ed, my favorite. Hey, L the Original's here. What's up, L? Hope everybody's well. Alice says, hey, Tom. What a lovely night in New York City. Enjoy it. It is a very nice fall night here in New York. Very good. Cool Boy says, hey, Tom. What's up, Cool Boy? I think, is that Leo Messi in your profile picture? That's awesome. Troy 1995 says, good newsletter, Tom. Big up. Thank you. Hope you guys enjoy it. Chill Beats the Chill says, the company where I work gave us the day off tomorrow, so I'll watch the whole live stream. Wow. That's awesome, man. Well, good for you. That's awesome. Hey, Orland Edwards says, hey, Tom. Flavio's here, says, hey, Tom. Techno Pink says, can you repeat, please, why study in Spence in the United States? I don't understand. I'm not sure. Could you clarify that question, Techno Pink? And I'd be more than happy to help you out. Oscar says, hey, Tom, hope you're having a good day. I am having a good day. Hope you are as well. Hope everybody's doing good, had a good weekend. Hey, greetings from Dutch the Caribbean. Awesome. Hey, Roy. Welcome, everybody. Can you guys believe September is almost over? This is the last week of September. Friday is actually going to be the 1st of October. I can't believe how time is just flying by, but we'll see. Hey, Marlon says, hey, Skate Bro. What's going on? Welcome, everybody. Hope you're having a really good night. So I guess we'll skateboard down 5th Avenue just because it's the easiest way for us to roll. Oscar says, what kind of board do you ride? We just ride a regular 8.5-inch deck. Sunshine After Rain says, wow, gone by way too fast, I know. Hey Now says, hello from the Bay Area. What's going on, everybody from the Bay Area? Roy, always good to see you on the stream. Marlon, good to see you. Roy says, hi, Tom and all mods. Hope you have a great weekend. Hope you have a great week indeed. Starving Artist says, happy evening, Tom. Great walks says, hello, where are we going? Ireva says, hi, Tom. 3 more months for 2022. Unbelievable. That is unbelievable. Ireva, I can't even... It's just crazy how time is flying by. So I think we may go to the Manhattan Bridge tonight, depending on traffic. It is a little bit of a far hike to do on a Sunday night, but we'll see. You know, maybe we'll make our way down to the Manhattan Bridge. It seems to be pretty quiet, so perhaps we can make it without any sort of ruckus. Techno Pink says, last night you were talking about the high cost of studying in the United States, but I don't understand your arguments. Yes, so Techno Pink, I think one of the reasons why college education is so expensive is because the government has subsidized all of the student loans. So essentially in the United States, you're guaranteed to get a loan in any amount so long as you're using it for your education, because the government is backstopping the market and will issue those loans. So I guess in theory, if you can take out any amount of money to go to college, where is the free markets for the colleges to compete with you on costs when they know that you'll be able to get a loan for whatever amount? So that allows them to expand their budgets. Hey, Zuma's here. What's up, Zuma? Good to see you again. Always good to see you, Zuma. What's up, Sweet Dreams? Hey, Marty Lewis says, hello, Tom, and everyone in the chat. I think the stream just started. It did. Hey, we got Solo 401 in here. What's up, Solo? Roy says, couple of days left to see these lovely Midtown before Tom moves to Florida. Yes, Roy. Indeed. Solo, hope you're well. Great walk. Cranon, how are you? Starving Artist. Who else we have in here? I want to make sure I don't miss anybody. Cool Boy. Sefa, how are you? So we're going to be headed down to the Manhattan Bridge tonight. Amazing day says hi from Connecticut. What's up, everybody from Connecticut? Solo 401. Zuma, always good to see you. Great walks. The students have to pay them right back. I mean, in theory, a lot of people are stuck in massive amounts of student loan debt here in the United States. And I think that's mainly due to the government subsidizing all the student loans. Hey, Julio's here. What's going on? So we're right outside the Bergdorf Goodman. Rhino 305 says, hi, Tom. Just reading the newsletter. Great job. Hey, Rhino 305. Awesome. So if anybody's interested, every single Sunday night at around 9:30 or 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, I'll be publishing a newsletter talking about the financial markets on the community page on my YouTube channel. Howdy, what stocks are good to looking for in investments? Well, I can't give any stock advice on specific individual names, but I could say that usually over time the best stocks to invest in are the ones that are growing their earnings. So I would try to identify a company that's growing their earnings over time and try to identify those companies, and those usually tend to make the best investments. So we're right outside the Trump Towers here on 5th Avenue. Hey, Julio says, Tom, I was just checking the Toast app. You're right, must keep heads up and consistently check for possible growth, says Julio. Indeed. Yeah, so Toast is a brand new IPO that IPO'd last week. And essentially they service the restaurant industry. They're a fintech company. Hey, I see Melee is here. What's up, Melee? Robert Wiley says, just walked into the kitchen to pour a drink. Don't know my cat was in there taking care of business, almost passed out. Yikes. What's up, Robert? Robert Wiley, how are you? Melee, hope you're doing well. Dalton, I see in here. Hey, I see Paul Greenwell, Karina Thompson. Willem DeVos, what's going on? Yeah, Zuma says Bergdorf Goodman has great Christmas light shows. Chill Beats to Chill says, I'd love to do a night stream here in Argentina, but being a girl alone at night seems dangerous. Interesting. Hey, Nelson is here. What's up, Nelson? Yeah, Troy 1995, you could sort of think of that as like a square for restaurants. Indeed. Hey, Leah. What's going on, Leah? Jake says, love your videos, bro. Cindy is here. Thank you, Jake. Appreciate you. Cindy is here from San Diego, California. Awesome. Cotton Candy says hi. Robert Wiley, Nelson. Good evening, everybody, and happy Sunday. Hey, Ryan Royal says, good evening, Tom, and everyone. Looks like another beautiful night in New York. Indeed it is. Darren says, when are you moving to Florida, Tom? Are you going to miss New York? Yes, so I am moving to Florida. October 1st is the closing date, so we're closing on the property October 1st. But I have to move out of my apartment. On September 30th. So this is the Trump Tower, one of the famous clocks outside the Trump Tower. William DeVos has just subbed. Thank you so much, everybody, for subscribing. Hey, and we have Brad here from Tallahassee, Florida. What's up, Brad? Welcome, everybody from Florida. We are outside the Trump Tower here in New York City. Amazing day, says Tom. If you're going to Manhattan Bridge, you could see Chinatown. Yes, we can see Chinatown from the Manhattan Bridge. Spencer says, good evening from San Jose, California. Solo 401 says, Florida. Always good to see you, Solo. How are you? Hey, William Wilson says, hey, from Orleans, New York. Mr. Cold is here. What's up, Mr. Cold? Says, when the shark bites and he shows them pearly whites. Hello again, indeed. What's up, everybody? Brad from Tallahassee. Robert Wiley says, love the content. Appreciate it. Techno Pink says, okay, now I understand your point of view. Thank you, bro. In my country, it's the opposite, relatively cheap. Wow. Yeah, Techno Pink is our good friend from the Dominican Republic. Always good to have Techno Pink a part of the channel. Solo 401 says Florida shenanigans. I know. Hopefully I won't be participating in any of those Florida shenanigans. Hopefully I'll just be participating in the nice weather. Hey, and I see Lena Sandoval in the chat. How are you, Lena Sandoval? It's pretty cold in New York City today, guys. Well, not today, but I think once the sun goes down, it's actually pretty moderate temperature. It's probably about 60, 65 degrees right now. So we'll keep an eye on it. But as of now, we are pretty cold. I actually had to put a sweatshirt on for the stream. We're skating down 5th Avenue. Not a lot of traffic, which is good. So hopefully we can zoom right down to the Manhattan Bridge in no time. And I think I see Loose 72. What's up, Loose 72? Alright guys, I gotta do it. I gotta take a break here, as we always do, and admire the beautiful architecture of St. Thomas Church. Lena Sandoval says, good. How about you, Tom? I'm doing really well. I had a good weekend. Appreciate that, Lena. Catherine says, just found you, now you're leaving. So I'm not going to leave New York entirely, I promise everybody. I'll be back and forth between North Miami Beach and Manhattan, so don't worry. Hey, Authentic says, as a fellow Floridian, 60 degrees is cool. It is cool. It's really, really cool. Hey, Victorian says, hey, from France. Welcome to all of our viewers from France. Love France. Hey Now says, wow, there are no tents on the sidewalks like here in San Francisco. I know. Hey Now, that is a big problem with homelessness in San Francisco. All-Star Eagle says, how long have you been skating? I've been skating about maybe 10 years. Hey, Jaden says, hey, I always find your lives before I go study. What's up, Jaden? Well, good luck with studying. I see Elizabeth's here, says, good evening, Tom. Nice view. How are you, Elizabeth? Julio says, one of the things I love about New York City is the weather. Dominican Republic is always burning, literally, says Julio. Fresh Start says, hi, Wall Street Skate Bro. Lena Sandoval says, that's a beautiful church. Yeah, St. Thomas is a beautiful church. Beautiful. Hey, William Wilson says it's 55 degrees in Olean, New York. Wow. The city is empty. It's a little bit empty on a Sunday night. Paul Little says, when's your last day? Leave October 1st will be the last day. Jay Time says, hey Tom, what are your thoughts on private equity stocks like Blackstone? So I think I actually covered Blackstone a little bit in the newsletter I just put out. I can't really remember. But if you guys want to check that out, every Sunday night, I put out a newsletter on my YouTube community page. So if you click on my profile and go to community, you can feel free to check out the newsletter that I post every single Sunday night. So feel free to check that out. Realty by Lance says, hello from Miami. Welcome to Florida. North Miami Beach. You are going to love it. Sunny Isles and Aventura are the best. Hey, that's awesome, dude. Realty by Lance. I'm so excited to go to Florida. I'm excited to close on the property. Everybody I've met within that community has been nothing but nice to me and welcoming. It's very pro-business. And so I'm excited. You know, I'm sad to be leaving New York, but you know, we gotta do what's right for the business. We gotta do what's right for long term. But I will be moving out of my apartment September 30th. However, I will be getting a smaller apartment, maybe in Brooklyn or Queens. So I'll keep you guys updated on that. But I really appreciate everybody reaching out to me from Florida, welcoming me to the community. I do appreciate that a lot. Hey, I see Kim Grant. What's up, Kim? I trust you're well, and I hope you're having a fantastic evening and a fantastic Sunday night. We're gonna try to head to the Manhattan Bridge tonight for everybody. Cotton Candy says, are you going to do vlogs from Florida? We're gonna try to do live streams from Florida, Cotton Candy. We're gonna try. Hey, James says hello from North Carolina. Craig says, you going to be live in Florida? Yes, we will. Solo 401 says, we'll have to find the best burger place in Miami. Solo, I got the best burger place in Miami. It's, I forget the name of it. I'm so terrible with names. So Solo 401 in North Beach, Miami is the best burger place. I forget the name, I gotta find it, but I think it's near 72nd Street, near the Denny's in North Miami. I mean, not North Miami, North Beach. That place is really good. So we're outside St. Patrick's, everybody. Hey, Martine Salvetti says, hola. Ed says, I used to live right next to the Manhattan Bridge. Good times. Ed, that must be awesome. Kim Grant says, just sitting here, eating a bit. Robert Wiley says, I saw your post. Google buys New York campus for 4.1 billion, 2.1 billion. Indeed, Robert. We can zoom in on the Empire State Building. Yes, New York City does have many plants. So we're here at the St. Patrick's Cathedral, everybody. Victorian is here, I see you. Taga Kale says, hi Tom, I'll be home Wednesday next week. New York City, here I come. Well, welcome Taga Kale, and I hope you have a fantastic time. Realty by Lance says, yes, very pro-business. Absolutely, very pro-business. Paul Little says, yup, Florida is very pro-business. Hey, Brandy says, hey, Tom, enjoyed the newsletter. Hey, thank you. Appreciate that. So one of the things I have a lot of infographics and charts that I made in Excel that I want to share with you all, but I cannot post that to the YouTube community page. So I may just post it up on my website. That's in the works. So stay tuned for that. Hey, and we have Michelle McGraw. What's up, Michelle? How are you? Happy Sunday. Michelle is our fantastic moderator. Appreciate everything you do, Michelle, for the channel. And I hope you have a fantastic rest of the weekend. Michelle, I'm moving out of my apartment September 30th. So, a little bit bummed out, but I'm also excited. But still bummed out a little bit. Hey, Omar K says, great newsletter, Wall Street Skate Bro. Thank you, Omar. Luis Ka says, hello from Costa Rica. What's up, Costa Rica? Roy says, Boogie Bob gave us a tour inside St. Patrick's today. I know, I was on that tour. I was tuning in. It was a great tour. Beautiful inside, isn't it? It's absolutely beautiful inside. So this is 30 Rock, the top of 30 Rock. Jaden says, Wall Street Skate Bro, tell us your views on the college system. Well, we covered that ad nauseum yesterday, but I'm very, very pro-college. I think the majority of people should go to college, but I don't think that people should take on debt in order to do that. Chrome O says, will your newsletter cover some good dividend stocks? Yeah, so check it out. We do try to cover as much as we can. Roy says, yes, very beautiful. Ed says, John Jr. paid for Rockefeller Center with cash, no loans. Indeed, the Rockefellers are very, very wealthy. Solo 401 says, Boogie Bob is awesome, love him, ditto. Ditto that. Karina Thompson says, BRB, Tom, gonna read your newsletter. Quan says, Wall Street Skate Bro, are you a Coke or a Pepsi guy? I don't drink soda, so, but if I had to choose, I would say Coke. How many floors is that? I'm not sure how many floors that is. Dennis says, there's a Starbucks around the corner. I used to love stopping in for lunch breaks. Dennis, I think I actually probably been in that same one. I used to frequent that one a lot when I would go on my lunch breaks too. So we probably ran into each other. That's hilarious. Yeah, right next to the, because as we head down 5th Avenue and East 49th, it's the Saks 5th Avenue. And if you make a left, you hit Madison and you hit Park, where a lot of the financial buildings are. Hey, Steve Blades says, howdy Tom, good luck in your new venture. Thank you, Steve. I appreciate you very much. Catherine says, I never expected so many trees in New York in one video. I even saw squirrels. Have a great time in Florida. Happy warm winter. Hey, thank you, Catherine. I appreciate you very much. BR says, unfortunately, nowadays it's hard to go to college and not accrue debt, says BR. I think if you go to local state colleges and local city colleges or community colleges, I think you can suffice with that. Hey, Julie says, good evening and happy Sunday to all. Ren 1018 says, Tom, when do you have time to hang out with friends? Not as much as I'd like to, Ren, honestly. Victorian says, I wish I could come to New York City one day. Ireva says, sodas are syrup and get me tired. I agree. I agree, Irevis. I will say, I think I do drink way too much coffee. But, I mean, then again, that's really the only thing that I guess I say that I overindulge upon is coffee. But the way I figure is, I'm like, I don't drink alcohol. So, you know, if I have 2 cups of coffee a day, I don't think it's going to affect me that much. But, you know, we'll see. Elizabeth says, good for you not drinking soda. I don't either. Just water and black coffee or unsweetened tea. Fresh Start says, what's your favorite building in Manhattan? My favorite building in Manhattan is the Seagram building. Michelle McGraw says, where are we going tonight, Tom? We are going to go to the Manhattan Bridge. Well, attempt to go to the Manhattan Bridge. I guess we'll just have to see how long it takes us to go there. But Michelle, very good to see you again. I hope you're doing well. Quant says, coffee is good for your health. James says, I drank a lot of coffee too. What do you think about GME, says Cartner? I don't deal, Carter, with any of the quote-unquote meme stocks. I just completely ignore them. I don't get involved in any of that stuff because I think the way I formulate an investment thesis is to try to create duplicity or try to repeat your investment process over long periods of time, and to try to, you know, figure out GameStop and the short squeeze. And it's just not really based in fundamentals. So I don't even really bother looking at it, to be honest, and I would never buy it. But that's just my opinion. You know, some people made money with GameStop, but it's just not my thing. I like to look for companies that deal in extremely large TAMs, so TAM. It's called total addressable markets, that are gaining market share in those respective total addressable markets at a blistering pace. Because usually if you have extreme revenue growth, usually EPS growth or earnings per share growth will follow. So if you look at what happened with Alphabet or Apple or any of the other big behemoth tech stocks, these companies make up such a large portion of the S&P 500 because the S&P 500 is a market cap weighted index. And a company is only going to grow its market capitalization at the rate it grows its earnings. So I like to look for long, sustained investments, not like day trading GameStop or an AMC. It's just not my thing, so I can't really comment on it. Do I plan to go to the theater? Yes, I do. What's your opinion on Elon Musk's divorce, says Troy 1995? I don't really have an opinion on it. And I don't really like to comment on those things because especially when it comes to like a big celebrity, because I think a lot of people, and especially the mainstream media, forget that these people are like actual physical people like you and me, right? So Elon Musk, you know, having his divorce being public and everybody talking about it in the media, you know, it probably doesn't make him feel the best. You know, like imagine if, you know, your divorce or my divorce was publicized in the media. You know, I probably wouldn't want that. I probably wouldn't feel comfortable with that. So I usually just stay away from that. Hey, Dennis says, New York City is so beautiful at night. Thanks for sharing her with us. Greetings from Savannah, Georgia. Hey, Denise, thank you so much. I really do appreciate the $10 super chat. Thank you so much. Everybody that's been supporting the channel, really, really do appreciate that. It means a lot. Sweet Dreams says, coffee is bad for your heart like alcohol, says Sweet Dreams. Well, that's not good. Hey, Tatiana says, good evening, everybody. BR says, is moving to Miami by choice or has your profession taken you there? I mean, so the greatest city on earth and the only place I would really want to live is New York City. But a second close behind that is Miami. And I'm trying to start a business right now, and just the taxes are way too high in New York City to start a business, really to bootstrap it by yourself. So I'm gonna relocate the business down to Florida, save on the taxes, and with the tax money that I'm gonna save, hopefully I can take on a full-time employee, right? Because if I'm saving $28,000 or $30,000 a year in taxes, I could allocate that cost towards a part-time employee to help grow the business. And then hopefully, when we get off the ground, or if we get off the ground, I can move some of my operations back to New York. But just for right now, for me, because I don't have any VC money, nobody's giving me money, I'm funding this entirely with the money I've made in my tech sales career. So it's sort of like I'm in a pretty big cash burn until I can get this thing off the ground. So I have to go to those locations where it'll give me the best probability for success. And as of right now, that's Florida. Phil says, Florida humidity is suffocating. Have I been to Paris? I have not been to Paris. Brickell is a super nice area. I will be in the Brickell almost every day. Quan says, smart move, Miami will go well. Yeah, we'll see. We'll definitely see. Hey, Marcus Collins says, I am going to move up to New York City. You should. New York City is beautiful. Dusko says, good morning and greetings from Serbia. I got up, drank coffee, and watched how it was in New York. Hey, welcome everybody from Serbia. That's awesome. Mr. Cold says, shake some hands. Realty by Lance is perfect decision. So many companies have done the same here. You're smart. Yeah, and you know, there's a lot of my buddies work in private equity and venture capital that have moved from New York City down to Florida, Southern Florida, like Palm Beach. So, you know, we'll see. I think, and look, that's where I want to be long term. I love the heat. I love the humidity. That's where I want to be. And I want to be in New York City. So it's 2.5 hour flight, and I'm back from Fort Lauderdale or Miami to JFK. So, and it's going to be easy for me to, you know, visit my family that's here in New York. Hey, Daniel says, hey, my name is Daniel from London, England. Whoa, dude, that's awesome. Thank you, everybody watching from London. I would love to visit New York one day. Well, we'd love to have you, dude. Daniel, you're more than welcome here. Jur says, yo, from Germany. Robert Wiley. What's up, Robert? He says, yes, I've seen steam rising from the sidewalks in Florida, but it's not like that always. Interesting. Annalisa says, hello from Niagara Falls, Canada. What's up, Anna? Welcome from India. How are you from India? Jay Miller says, hey, Tom, have you noticed the influx of super wealthy young Russians taking residence in North Miami Beach along Collins Avenue and north of 163rd Street? A lot of potential business opportunity. I haven't noticed that, Jay Miller, but that is sort of the area where I purchased a place. So we'll see. I mean, you know, I think that's the only part of Miami or Southern Florida where it's not a flood zone. So I'm in zone X. It took me 3 years to find this property. Hey, Sean35 says, hello from northern Minnesota. What's up, Sean? How are you? Sweet Dream says, I would like to visit the 9/11 Memorial. We'll do it. Phil says, New York energy is infectious. Indeed. So we're looking at the Chrysler building here on 42nd Street. Sally says, beautiful view. Starvin Artist says, you're going to be on a first name basis with airport staff with all your traveling. I know, starving artist. Ed says, how many young rich Russians can there be? I'm not sure. Gonzalo says, hola from Puerto Rico. Paul, hey, Paul Greenwell, our pal's here. Says, Tom, have you ever considered moving to Ohio when you decided to move? I haven't, Paul, just because I don't have any family in Ohio, right? And Paul, I really wanted to be close to my family, and Florida is a way for me to do that. And with my business being in tech, my former CEO, my former boss, Marcelo, he actually moved the SoftBank Vision Fund down to Miami, where he's going to invest $100 million with Mayor Suarez, I believe that's his name, into tech companies. So I think it's going to be a real tech boom down there, a big tech hub. But if I'm wrong, you know, at least we'll get all the tax benefits that come with it. So I think it'll allow me to hire some employees. I can't afford to hire. I can't even afford to hire employees in New York. It's impossible. It's impossible. Only if you have like a lot of VC money, you can. Sorry if I don't get to your comments, guys. Sabrina says, I like the Chrysler building. Troy 1995 says SoftBank is pulling money from China. I think it's a Japanese conglomerate, but potentially Masa-san deals with Chinese investors. It is possible. So we're skateboarding down Library Way, Berkeley College. So this is the Steven Schwartzman building, and Steven Schwartzman made a lot of his money during the Steven Schwartzman made the majority of his money in LBOs, or leverage buyouts. That's where he made the majority of his money. And this is the Steven Schwartzman Library, overlooking the Bank of America Tower and Salesforce Tower. Fresh starts as I see the H&M building. Mr. Cold says garbage makes money in New York City. Nikki Costas says hello from Charlotte, North Carolina. Marcus says I want to move up there to be New York City firefighters. Dude, respect that. Respect that a lot. Hey, Penelope says, evening Tom, have you got everything packed and ready to go? So mostly, Penelope, I mostly have the majority of stuff packed and ready to go. But thank you for asking, I appreciate that. A little nervous, a little stressed, but we'll get it done, I promise. Hey, Sean's here, says, hey, Sean from Hamilton, Ontario, give us a kickflip. Hey, what's up, Sean? Thank you for joining. We love Ontario, we love Canada. Hey, Phil says, try and park, $50 minimum, indeed. Hey, hello from Georgia, USA. This is Stanovic. Hey now says, where's the AT&T building with no windows? That's in Lower Manhattan. Kobe24 says, hey from Brazil, love your videos. Love you as well. Rangers lost today. Ah, that's not good. That's not good. Hey, Zap Allen's here. What's up, Zap Allen? Dennis says, my twin brother lives in Tudor City. I'm in that area all the time. Beautiful area. Wow, Dennis, that's great. Hey, Eric, Texas says, lots of different views on Evergrande, crisis to nothing. Hey, Gilbert says, greetings from California. Weather looks great out there in New York City. It's very cold. It's probably about 63 degrees tonight. I'm actually wearing a sweatshirt, surprisingly. Yes, and go Yankees. There we go. I'm not a big baseball fan, but if I had to choose a team, I would definitely choose the New York Yankees, in my view. Not a big Mets fan. Hey, Murky says, Wall Street skate bro, what are your thoughts on New York City real estate market in the next 2 years? I think it's going to fully recover, and I think it has already fully recovered. I don't think New York is ever going to die. So that's my view. I think everything's going to fully recover here in New York. Felipe says, greetings from Brazil. Penelope says, a night of skateboarding should help with the stress. Thank you, Penelope. Hey, Dino, New Jersey says, Jersey City. New Jersey is just as bad for New York high taxes. That's why he's leaving New Jersey. New York City, says Dino. What's up, Dino? How are you? Phil says, hi from Brazil. A lot of Brazilian viewers. Starvin Artist says, so are you going to rent an office space in Miami for your new business or work remotely? That I haven't decided yet. If I do rent an office space, it's probably going to be like in a co-working environment. So you could think of something like WeWork, perhaps. Troy 1995. Indeed, that's not good. Hey, photos from around New York says Mets are struggling this year. Photos, welcome to the stream and happy Sunday. We're going to the Manhattan Bridge tonight. We're kicking it all the way down to the Manhattan Bridge. We are on East 39th Street, 5th, and I do not smoke. Do you think that there will be some kind of housing crisis where houses dip pretty harshly? So Murky, I talked about that in my newsletter. I just posted it out about a couple hours ago. The bottom line is, yes, I think the market is highly inflated right now. However, what we have to do is we have to look at the data and remove all of our emotions from our decision making here. And the data shows that the Federal Reserve is going to continue to support this market with artificially low interest rates and purchasing mortgage-backed securities, or MBS. So also, if we look at single-family home builder stocks, and in the newsletter I put some information in there, single-family home builders are telling us that there's a huge demand for housing. A huge demand, and they can't build the homes fast enough right now because of supply chain constraints. They cannot get the materials to build these houses. So they're actually building fewer amount of homes than projected. Waleed L. Freshway says, I love Manhattan. Max says, fire departments are insanely hard to get hired by. My son joined Cal Fire. Wow, well, thank you to him. The large state fire department in California, and 31 of 44 recruits in the academy had a dad, brother, or uncle in the department. Yeah, it's usually like that here in the FDNY or NYPD. It's usually like the son or the daughter. They sort of like to keep it up with like the family lineage of the fire department or the cops. Which, look, I understand, but I have immense respect for our great fire department and our great police department, NYPD. And thank you for your son for doing that. I really do. I really mean that. I mean, especially out there in California. So God bless him, and hopefully he stays safe. I'm hoping the best for your son. Hey, Gio says, hey, Tom, can you elaborate on mortgage-backed securities? Yeah, Gio, so essentially that's how the Federal Reserve comes in and supports the housing market. They come in by buying assets, right? They're asset purchases. So when we talk about tapering, like the taper talk. So for example, last week, excuse me, not yesterday. Last week, we heard from Fed Chair Jerome Powell. And he signaled they waived off tapering this month. They said, we're not going to taper this month. Perhaps we will taper in November. Now, what they did allude to is a rate hike in 2022. But what I do is I watch what the Federal Reserve does. I don't really listen to what they say, because usually they kick the can down the road time and time again. So I think we're just going to have to see. 2 streams ago, I dropped a link, an article that not just the Federal Reserve, but world central banks. So if we think about the Bank of Japan, the European Central Bank, collectively they're buying about $300 billion worth of assets. And this can involve anything from treasuries or bills or notes or whatever, right? And that all is used to support asset prices and support the market, stimulate the market. So I think that will put a floor under housing prices, coupled with supply constraints of these single-family home builders physically cannot building enough homes. They cannot build enough homes fast enough because they don't have the materials to do so. And due to the coronavirus pandemic, what we're seeing is that people aren't selling their existing houses. So people are staying put and they're scared to sell their homes, because if you think about it like this, if you were to sell your house in this environment, where are you going to go? Because prices are so highly inflated that everybody's like, yeah, even if I sell my house for $250,000 profit, now I'm going to have to go back into the market and purchase an additional property. So we'll see how this plays out, but I think housing prices are going to stay elevated. Hey, Jimenez says howdy from Austin, Texas. Sweet Dreams says what's up, Murky? Jason says it was a great weekend. That's awesome, Jason. Sweet Dreams says the Queen is going to land grab. Hunter says, hey, Wall Street Skate Bro, I am coming to New York City tomorrow for 5 days. Wow, Hunter, I hope you enjoy. You're gonna have a great time, Hunter, in New York. I can guarantee it. You're gonna have an absolute great time. So here we are at the CUNY Graduate Center. This is the City University in New York Graduate Center. And it has a great view of the Empire State Building right here. Victorian says, you see a French flag, nice. Troy 1995 says, opinion on communism, not a fan. Max Smith says, two of my neighbors who don't even know each other both sold in the past 3 months, coastal San Diego, and are moving to Tennessee. Wow. Wow, that's crazy. It seems like a lot of people are moving to Tennessee, Max, and out of California. Hey, Paul Little says, definitely market values dramatically inflated. I agree. Jay Miller says, my work stock bonus money can't be cashed out until 1/01/22. Will the market be up or down at the year's end? I don't think anybody knows, but if I had to bet, I'd probably say up. Sweet Dreams says she stopped ground rent in Southern England over a month. Robert Wiley says, I've worked in 2 real estate agents recently. That says the same thing, says Robert Wiley. Yeah, I mean, low interest rates are allowing people to buy homes that they could otherwise not afford, right? Because if you think about way back in the day, even when, our parents were buying homes, they were having a 7% interest rate or a 10% interest rate, right? So that usually curbs spending in the market, because if I'm going to buy a $500,000 piece of real estate, I'm probably not going to buy a $500,000 piece of real estate if I have a 10% interest rate. Right, but if I have a sub 3% interest rate and inflation is running at 4%, then of course, absolutely, I'll buy 5 or 6. Fresh Starts is, how far are we from the Manhattan Bridge? We are very far, very far. But I want to show you guys a better view of the Empire right here. Murky says, yup, my parents bought their first house at a 13% interest rate. Wow. Yeah, Del Hoy says 20% interest rate sometimes. Hey, Robert is from Tennessee. What's up, Robert? Jason says, hey, Tom, what's the topic of your live stream going to be about tonight? So tonight, we don't have a specific topic on the weekends. We just sort of hang out. But feel free to talk about anything. But tomorrow, we will have a specific topic. Ryan Royal says, they are moving to Tennessee, sending the house prices sky high. I looked at a townhouse last summer, and less than a year later, it was $100K more. Wow, Ryan, that's insane. Wow. Ibrahim says, from 1 to 10, how expensive is it living in New York? I would probably say an 8, probably an 8. John Stack says, what's your take on China's recent crypto crackdown? John, I think it's a non-issue. I wouldn't worry about it at all, in my view. Again, this is my personal opinion. I've been watching these markets since 2016 in relation to what you're talking about, and they've said that every single year for the past 5 years. This is Canada talking about the debt ceiling, debt felling Monday. Are you talking about the ceiling? I think that's going to be a non-issue too. It always comes down to the wire, and they always fight about it, and they always raise it. It happens every time. in my opinion. So I think it's a non-issue, the debt ceiling. Let me rephrase that. I think it's an issue, but it's just the politicians always give off the impression that they care about it, but then at the last second they just raise it anyway. Hey, Citizen Strangers says, are all boroughs of the New York City expensive? Yes. You know what I never understood? Like those, what are those things called? This guy, he rides around on a bike and takes people on a bike. Like, why is he blasting the music? I mean, if I needed a ride, I would try to find somebody who's not blasting the music. Because, I mean, I could hear the music from all the way over here. Could you imagine riding in that thing? Your head must be blowing off. Hey, JK says, hey, Tom, just joined the stream. What's up, JK? Murky says, you excited to get to Florida? Hope you will still stream down here, too. Yeah, so we're still going to stream in Florida. I'm very excited about it, but at the same time, a little nervous about it. Oh, Rickshaw it's called. Got it. Hey, Darren is here. Phil says, my house in Cortez, Colorado doubled in 3 years. Well, dude, congratulations, my friend. That's awesome. That's awesome. Can we see Central Park? At the beginning of the stream, we did. Dean says the Upper West Side, Brooklyn Heights are very nice as well. I agree. I live in Memphis, Tennessee. Yep, a lot of houses increased 100,000 from last year. That's insane. Alexandria says, hi there. You are next to hotel. I was there 4 years ago. Thanks so much for the ride. Hey, Alexandria. Thank you for being here. I see Franklin from Brazil. What's up, Franklin? How are you? Simple Learning says, hey, everyone. This is Nooper from India. Thanks for the live stream, Tom. Welcome to all of our friends from India. Hey, the Mighty Bull is here. It says, feeling bullish on a bearish world. Mighty Bull, what's going on? What is going on, everybody? Mighty Bull, good to see you. Yeah, Paul Little says politicians are kicking the debt down the road. Ryan Royal says they are moving to Tennessee to be landlords. That's what is making the price go high. Wow. Hey, Celebration says hello from Philadelphia. Transportation Simulator says a lot of New Yorkers moving down to Atlanta, Georgia as well. Jane Miller says, question, purchase one primary residence, all cash with work bonus money, or buy two rental, or buy two and rent one. Is work bonus money given in company stock taxes ordinary income? No, bonuses are taxed at a higher rate. So it just depends. Do you work at an investment bank and you're getting a bonus? Usually those bonuses hit later. But this is interesting. I mean, we need to mitigate that tax bill as much as possible. So what I would do, I'm not sure if you have a CPA, but I would definitely talk to your CPA because you want to mitigate your tax bill as much as possible. But what I would do, I wouldn't buy a house. Me personally, I wouldn't buy a house all cash, right? I know some people like Dave Ramsey and all them say that, but I mean, his advice is very, very good if you're like extremely financially illiterate and irresponsible, right? If you can get a 2.9% interest rate or less, why would you throw all of your money at a house, right? I mean, that's pretty much free money. What you could do, if you don't want to sort of get yourself in a big hole, is you could put like a big down payment. You could put 30% or 25% down on the house. But if they're going to give you the money at 2.5% on a 30-year fixed, you know, what's the point in paying that off, right? There's something called opportunity cost. So I would keep some cash on the sidelines, assuming there's like a correction or something like that. But hey, money. Yeah, Sabrina says with rates so low, it's almost free. Hey, Phil says Nevada used to be cheap, even at 130-degree temperatures. The Mighty Bull says the rich are buying. Neil. British Grace says a lot of New Yorkers residents are moving to Orlando, Florida, and Daytona Beach, Florida. Very interesting. Jimenez has just read an article about corporations buying homes over middle class, causing increased home prices. Interesting. Zap Balance says, yes, thank you. I was just joking with Tom about creating an email list. What's up, Zap Balance? How are you? Mike Newsom says, hello from Columbus, Georgia. What's up? Chucho says, hi. Is there any celebrations for Halloween? There is. M. Wall says, don't be nervous about the move. You're leveling up. Yeah, I mean, I think, it's just a house is the biggest purchase the majority of people make in their life. So, we'll see. I think it's normal to be a little bit nervous about it, but I think it'll all work out. So what I did is I took my budget. I made my budget for the property that I could afford, and I reduced it by like $100,000. So I'm like, if I could afford this comfortably, I'm gonna even slash that amount by $100,000. So even if the world ends and we have another, virus, I'll be fine. So everybody, check this out. This is another beautiful view of the Empire. Hey, Darren is from Iowa. What's up, Darren from Iowa? Murky says, I actually bought my house in Tampa full cash, which is up about $140,000 in equity in 10 months. Wow. Because I want to buy a house in New York City next year, /year over the year, rents are down, possibly move down south. That's great, Murky. That's awesome. What's your lookout on foreign invasion? I don't know what that really means. Sweet dreams, I apologize. Rocco says, are you into Forex as well? By the way, happy Monday. Good afternoon, everybody. Greetings from the Philippines. Rocco, what's going on? I am not into Forex. I do not trade the Forex markets. Eric Texas says, if interest rates ever go up, are we going to have a bunch of people with expensive mortgages with and low interest rates that will be underwater? So Eric Texas, what I think you're getting at is, do we have a lot of people with adjustable rate mortgages? And the answer is no. The majority of mortgages that are written now are fixed rates. I think if anybody got an adjustable rate mortgage now, they're an idiot. I don't even think they write adjustable rate mortgages, do they? So the problem in 2008, where you had a lot of people that couldn't afford their mortgage payments, is because they had teaser rate mortgages, where they had a very, very low interest rate at first, but as interest rates crept up, their interest rate on their loan actually changed and actually went up. So they could not afford to pay for the mortgage payment. So that's not what's happening now. The majority of people have conventional fixed rate or FHA fixed rate. In 2008, the big issue was teaser rates. They're called teaser rates and adjustable rate mortgages. And the bankers were being a little bit of a little scum, and they weren't telling these people that they had adjustable rate mortgages. So you started to have things called balloon payments that nobody could afford, and everybody was defaulting at the same time. And all those houses went back to the banks. Phil says, who can afford to buy anymore? We will all be living in tents soon. Oh, man. Hey, Mike says, hey, Tom. Say hello to Carter. What's going on, Carter? How are you? How is everybody? Alex says, hi, Tom. How are you doing? What's on the menu for today? Greetings from Buenos Aires, Argentina. Greetings, everybody from Argentina. So we're going to head down to the Manhattan Bridge. Yeah, Jackie Jackson says you also had ninja loans, no income, no job, no assets. Meaning they didn't verify anything. That's very, very true. So there's been a lot more regulation in the market about that. So I can guarantee you guys, even my process of getting a mortgage was nearly impossible, right? And I would consider myself very, very well capitalized to get a mortgage. But it was very difficult for me even to qualify for a mortgage, and my credit score is 740. and my last year's W-2 is very high. But just because that I am no longer a W-2 employee, it was almost nearly impossible to find any bank that would lend to me. So I could tell you that they're not just passing out home loans willy-nilly. They really, really do hammer you and check absolutely everything. So that's one of the things that's encouraging, is that, you know, a lot of people that are buying in this market are either coming in all cash offers or extremely, extremely hefty down payments. So it's not like it was before where people were just not putting anything down. Hey, what's up, Marky? Sabrina says, yep, checking everything. Yeah, Quan says, yep, being self-employed makes credit difficult, extremely difficult. Hey, Ricardo says, hello from sunny Miami. I'll be down there with you in a couple days, my friend. So I hope you're well, Ricardo. Sabrina says, man, we had neighbors that had agents telling them not to worry and got them to these garbage loans. These people trusted the agents, didn't read the fine print. I know. Terrible. Terrible. 030 says, where are you? We are near the Flatiron building on Broadway and East 23rd Street. Victor says, hey, greetings from Indonesia. Gabriella says, hey, Tom. What's up, Gabriella? ETN EKZ says, I was just there in July. Carla says, hey. Murky says, hope the bank will give me a loan. I'm not a W-2 either. David Ian says, I think Action Kid sent me here. I like you, Wall Street Skate Bro, subbing. Hey, thank you very much. Action Kid's a great guy. Hope you're enjoying. So Monday through Friday, we skateboard around New York City and we talk about finance. On the weekends, we sort of just chill and freestyle. We really talk about anything. Elizabeth says, hey Tom, will you be skateboarding in Miami? We will. So I will try to do these streams as often as possible from the financial district in Miami called the Brickell. So we will be doing that. Mr. Cold says there is a difference between being financially rich and rich at heart. Ricardo says, what's the temperature in New York City? About 66 degrees. Ed says houses in Compton are up to 500K now. Wow. For Compton, California. That is, wow. It's wild. Simple Learning says, try the Indian restaurant there sometime. It's called Junoon. Wow, I'm going to take a screenshot of that. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Max Smith says, homes in San Diego, California are considered a rough part of the city now. $500,000 sounds insane, but true. That is insane. Hey, Kimberly says, I'm a 1099 and I've had 3 years proof of income, says Kimberly. Awesome, Kimberly. Looks like we got some action coming down. Hey, Catherine says, Boise, Idaho is nice. I'm in Salt Lake City. That's great. Max Smith says, if you can only afford $450,000 in San Diego, look for a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom. Wow. Kumar says, hey, Tom. 030 says, I'm in Korea. I'm trying to read all the comments here. I'm in Korea. I want to go to New York. That's awesome. I want to go to Korea. So, 안녕하세요. 이름이 뭐예요? 안녕하세요, my friend. 이름이 뭐예요? Mick Luna says, what's your favorite New York City building? My favorite New York City building is the Seagram building on Park Avenue. Hey, Quants, thank you, man. It says, cup of coffee on me, broski. I really do appreciate that. Thank you so much. Kumar, we are on 5th Avenue and Broadway, 23rd Street, right here near the Flatiron building. Hey, Sabrina. Starving Artist says, I thought I read somewhere that the Flatiron building's last tenant left and is empty New owners are upgrading. Is it true? Yes. So they are pretty much upgrading everything in the Flatiron. The Mighty Bull is just chilling. What's up, Mighty Bull? The Mighty Bull, I posted a beautiful picture of the Mighty Bull on my YouTube community page. I was thinking about you. Hey, YouTubers is late, but I'm here. All right, everybody, let's head down. Brazil. What's up, Thiago? Ricardo says Brickle is way overpriced. I agree. Hey, Carter says, hey, happy birthday to Mike. Happy birthday, Mike. What's going on? Hope everybody's well. Roy says, you will miss the ambulance and police truck sirens in Miami. I know. Well, I think there's probably maybe even more in Miami. So I'm excited for you guys to see the city of Miami on the skateboard. I'm really, really excited. The Mighty Bull says, how do I get to your community page? Mighty Bull, if you click on my channel, Wall Street Skate Pro, there's going to be a tab that says videos, about, and community. If you click community, you'll be able to see all of my community posts. So for anybody that's interested, I just put out my first newsletter. I just put out the first newsletter on the community page. So every Sunday night, we'll be posting a financial analysis newsletter for the markets a look ahead. Hey, Karina Thompson says, just chilling here, relaxing. Zika Video says, nice. Greetings from Uruguay. Would like to visit New York soon. What's up, everybody from Uruguay? Max Smith says, every single airport I have been to, when I check in, the agent says the same thing to me. I wish I was going to San Diego. Personally, I like Wisconsin the most, says Max. Wow. Sunshine After Rain says, can't wait, looking forward to Miami. Sunshine After Rain, appreciate you being here. Hey, Alex City says, will you miss the snow? Not really. Diana Lee's here. What's going on, Diana Lee? Katie is here, C-A-D-Y. What's going on? Storm Chasers says hi from Jamaica. What's up, everybody from Jamaica? Penelope says, thank you for the helpful newsletter. What do you think of Candy Technologies and Neo? Isn't KNDI like an MDM? But Neo is a Chinese electric vehicle company. If you want to get exposure to electric vehicles, you should probably just stick to Tesla, because the Chinese companies do not have to abide by the same accounting standards as their United States counterparts. So watch out when investing in Chinese companies, because they do not uphold the same accounting standards as us. So we're headed down to Union Square, everybody. We're on the board. It's good to be back on the skateboard. Very breezy, chilly night in New York. Hey, Thiago, this is a beautiful night in New York City. How are you, Thiago? Franklin says, big street. Franklin is our pal from Brazil. Welcome to all of our viewers from Brazil. Everybody, so we're at Union Square now. This is East 17th Street and Union Square. Noble Eagle says Miami Algo Conference. MC Luna says, what do you think of drop shipping? I've never got into drop shipping. I don't really have an opinion on it. I've never done drop shipping. Phil says Miami has something humidity. Murky says New York City doesn't get much snow anyway. We get some. Hey, TKE says, I hope you're wearing 2 masks when you're walking out in public. I'm wearing 5 masks. I'm wearing 5. Hey, Diana Lee says Suntan Cream Fund. Thank you so much, everybody, for the support. I appreciate everybody who's been donating to the channel. I really do try to bring as much value to you guys as possible. So I appreciate all the support. I really do. So thank you. Hey, Zika Video says, I will be living in Boston. Wow. Boston's a great city. Great city. Bro, are you Hispanic, white, or Asian? I am white. I am white. Max says, New York City is unique, by far the most exciting place to visit. Truly nothing comes close, says Max. I agree. Hey, and we have Martin Lucas here. Says it's 5:30. Good morning from Poland, Tom. Hey, what's up, everybody in Poland? That's awesome. Katie says New York City has some of the best architecture in the world. I agree. What are your thoughts on GameStop and AMC in the short squeeze? I do not participate in any of that. I think it's mainly all nonsense. I don't buy any of the meme stocks. I just don't even really think about it, to be honest. It's just sort of a distraction. Because those sort of events, you can't really, it's just not a sustainable long-term investment. And I've just never really gotten involved in it. But yeah, it's just a traditional short squeeze when you've had large hedge funds selling almost 200% of the overall float of the stock short. And then really any buying pressure would send that stock higher, because in order to cover your short, quite literally what a short means is you're borrowing stock that you don't own to sell back at a lower price. So when the price goes up, you actually have to buy back those shares to cover your short in order to return those shares to your broker. So any sort of buying pressure will push the price of the security up. But I do not trade GameStop or any of those other garbage companies. Hey, I see Swing Boxes here. What's up, Swing Boxes? We are here at 14th Street, Union Square, everybody. Beautiful night in New York. Hey, Jonathan C. What's going on, Jonathan C? Hunter Butler says, I thought you were Asian for some reason. Out and About says, good evening. Hey, what's up, Out and About? Out and About is our good pal from Toronto, Canada. What is up? Mr. Cold says, research the companies you're investing in. Indeed. So guys, if you want to check out and About, please type in !out and it'll drop a link to our pal Out and About if you want to see Toronto, Canada. Hey, Kevin X says, hey guys, I'm living in New York. Awesome. Next year. Well, welcome. Jonathan C says, I'm going to miss you streaming in New York City, Tom. Jonathan, I appreciate you saying that. You've always been a great person. Still are, always will be. But Jonathan, I promise you, I will not be leaving New York entirely. I will always come back. Flavio is here. Flavio says, Tom, what a nice night. Hello from São Paulo, Brazil. Hey, what's up, everybody from São Paulo? Sally says, beautiful night, Tom. I am always enjoying your streams. Always interesting. Hey, thank you. Thank you so much. Hey, man, what's your favorite healthcare stock right now? My favorite healthcare stock right now, Okay, I'll hit you with a very, very interesting statement here. I think long-term, my favorite healthcare stock will be Amazon. Whoa, Amazon. Why? Well, do some research into Amazon and healthcare. They made a pretty big acquisition in the pill pack. So I think as we go forward, I think Amazon will play a big part in telemedicine, telehealth. And they have a lot of cash, so I think they're actually probably going to make some acquisitions in remote patient monitoring companies. So we'll see. We'll see. What about you? What's your favorite healthcare stock? Do you prefer living in US than Australia? Absolutely. No offense to Australia, but I mean, I love the United States. I heard about Amazon trying to take over health. Interesting. Roy says Amazon Health. Interesting. Hey, Hunter Butler says, Wall Street Skate Bro, do you plan to live 6 months in Florida and 6 months in New York, or how are you going to do it? So Hunter, that's a good question. And I was thinking about that, Hunter, a lot. I think the only way I could answer that right now, Hunter, is that I think that depending on the business needs, I'll probably be back and forth once every 3 weeks. So I'll spend 3 weeks in Florida, 3 weeks in New York City, depending on if I have to meet clients, things like that. So the way I structured it is I bought a property where legally it can be zoned as a 2-family if I get a permit to build a wall. So I want to live in one side or use it as my office, and then the other side I'm going to rent it out to tenants. So I should cash flow about $200 over the mortgage. I built in myself a little bit of a buffer. So even if I can't cash flow the mortgage and it just pays for itself, it'll be fine. Hey, Steven says, hello everyone from Amazon region in Brazil. Awesome. Hey, Terry Docker says, hey Tom, don't give up on a mortgage. Shop banks in Miami when paid off. What a sense of security, says Terry. What's up, Terry? Andre says, get in X-Way, trust me. Indeed. Hey, NYC Cherry Groove says Amazon Healthcare failed. Interesting. Hey, Pablo says good evening. What's up, everybody? Hope you're well. Cherry Groove, glad you're here. Always good to have Cherry Groove here. Would you skate down the hills in San Francisco? Probably not. I couldn't do that. Hello from Baltimore. You're a great multitasker, skating and webcasting. How do you do it? Well, we try to be as safe as possible. Hey, John Blattner says, hello from the Bronx. Great videos. What do you think of cannabis stocks? House just approved cannabis banking measures that would allow them to use banks. Yes. So a big issue in the cannabis space is even though they're allowed to operate, they physically cannot have bank accounts, right? So it's an all cash business, which is extremely, extremely dangerous, I would say. But the majority of cannabis stocks right now are not profitable. And for me personally, I will not buy into a company that's not profitable. It's just not in my risk profile, because there's something called opportunity cost, right? There's something called opportunity cost. So if I can already identify a company that has profitability and that's growing those earnings at a compounded annualized growth rate of, let's say, 25% or something like that, then those companies deserve my money. However, I think that as we move into the decade, over the next 5 to 10 years, I think you're going to see some cannabis companies with big earnings, huge earnings. One of the things I'll say right now, there is a company that I'm looking at that technically deals in the marijuana space. Now, they're not a grower. What they are is they're a REIT, and a REIT stands for Real Estate Investment Trust. And all they do is they rent out grow houses. So they have exposure to the medical marijuana business, but they totally supersede all of the regulations and all of the heartache that comes with being in the medical marijuana and even just regular marijuana space. I won't give out the name, but if you do your research on cannabis REITs, this is one of the only REITs that are profitable. And I think as you have marijuana legalized in the United States, throughout Canada, you're going to have a lot of new businesses that need a safe space to grow marijuana. Christian says, you have to be wealthy to open a cannabis business because all of the regulations and rules. Yeah, for the most part, that is true. How about ketamine companies? I'm not sure. I have no comment on that. Julie, I do drink coffee a lot. Kumar says, please live stream from a bicycle. Okay. Hey man, I'm Neymar's cousin. That's awesome. Sabrina, I've lived here forever. Paul Little says, lots of tax write-offs. Indeed. Absolutely. Hey, Snuggled and Comfy says greetings from Jamaica. Murky says, did you know about the credit overhaul proposal? If so, what do you think about it? In my opinion, it's good that people who are self-employed will be make it easier to get loans. Yeah, so I mean, for example, that's exactly what we were talking about now, where it's very difficult for me to get a loan, and I would probably argue, I don't really want to make this statement actually, but I'm just trying to make a point to go on your point. I would argue that I'm probably more well capitalized and at a less credit risk than a lot of people who have W-2 jobs, right? But for me, it's extremely, extremely difficult for me to get a mortgage. So I think it's overall good. But one of the main things that they look for when trying to qualify you for a mortgage is your debt to income ratio, right? So if you have very, very low debt and very high income, you should be fine. So debt to income, debt to equity. Quan says, I agree. Even though you're well capitalized, the system doesn't want you to be your own boss. I mean, I don't think it's much about that as it's risk to financial institutions, which I totally understand about that, right? Because the theory is, if you work for a big software company or you work even for anybody, really for that matter, you're going to have a guaranteed paycheck coming down the pike really forever. So I think it's just the predictability of your earnings. They're holding back healthcare in England on purpose. Sweet Dreams, why are they doing that? Do you know? Caldic Images says, hey, Skate Bro, what's going on? James says, where do I stick the used gum after chewing it? I'm not sure, but I think it just has to do with your debt to equity or debt to income ratios. Eric Texas says, does the mortgage company have any risk if you're putting down 20%? Well, yeah, I mean, they still have 80% risk. They're putting up 80% of the equity for you. So Nathan says, that guy just flipped you off. Yes, I do understand that, but I just don't really pay any attention to really anybody. They're sort of irrelevant to me and my life. NYC Cherry Group says, W-2 is defined money, 1099 is undefined. Indeed, absolutely. Yeah, they would much rather, if you have a stable job, let's say you work for the government, you're guaranteed to get that income. Guaranteed. So what they look for, though, is if you have self-employment, they look for 2 years of self-employment history. And as of now, I only have 1. So it was very difficult. I had to put a big down payment. So this is NYU. This is NYU's college town, West 3rd Street. Nathan says, what board do you ride? I don't even know the brand really. It's just an 8.5 inch deck. 8.5 inch deck. But yeah, it was hell getting a mortgage. I can tell you guys that with certainty. Bonzo Lol says, hello from San Diego. What's up from San Diego? Appreciate everybody here from San Diego. Murky says, so you only have 1 year non-W-2 income. Yes. So I started the company right as the pandemic hit. So I left my very high-paying tech job to go out on my own in October of last year. So I've been doing this for exactly about a year. So what they were going to do is just try to use all of my income from last year. So I gave them my W-2 for 2020, but they couldn't accept it because it was outside of the 8 months. But it is what it is. It is what it is. What company did I work at before this? I'm not going to disclose the exact company, but I worked as an account executive and a major account executive selling into the healthcare sector here in New York. So I would sell into a lot of the hospitals, nursing homes, and home healthcare agencies, providing them with electronic visit verification software, traditional telecom and cybersecurity software, so like an MDM, mobile device manager. So we sold a lot of like VMware products, things like that. VMware Workspace ONE, some Zscaler products. Hey, Brandy says printed out the newsletter while watching your stream. Brandy, thank you so much for the support. If anybody wants to read the newsletter, every Sunday night I'll be posting a newsletter on my community page doing a stock market recap, an economics recap, and a look ahead. VMware Workstation for the win. I don't have too much good things to say about them, but hey, Lady Coach Explorers is here. Says greetings, Wall Street Skate Bro Tom. What's going on? Sweet Dream says, yep, people are dying in England. 10-year waiting list. That's not good. It's not good. Hey, Rob J says, hello from Los Angeles. West Coast trip anytime soon. Rob, I really want to get out to Silicon Valley. Really want to get out to the Valley, but I'm not seeing it anytime soon. Maybe when I get settled in for the move, Rob, but I really do want to go out to Cali. Hey, Tom, how old are you? I'm 26. I will be turning 27 on May 25th. Hey, you were in B2B sales in Chicago. That's awesome. Yeah, these are very lucrative industries, especially if you're selling software or anything like that. Such a beautiful night here in Soho, everybody. Isn't it beautiful here? Beautiful. Ohio is hillbilly. Nah, let's not say that. That's not nice. I like everybody. Doesn't matter where you're from. Hey, Dog Pound 1 says, do you like Supreme? What is that? Oh, like the clothing? Yeah, I would say it's all right. I've never bought anything, but I know about it, yeah. Katie says beautiful for sure. Hey, check out these buildings. Like, look at the architecture here in Soho. I love the scaffolding, everything about it. It's fantastic. I think that's a Lamborghini, one of the trucks. One of the Lamborghini trucks. So right ahead of us is the Freedom Tower, as we're stuck here at the red light. Lisa says Seaspiracy. Lisa loves Seaspiracy. Hey, the New Jersey Devil says hello. What's up, New Jersey Devil? What's going on, New Jersey Devil? Lady Coach says stay safe, Tom. Falling Less says, are you on a skateboard? Yes. This is our skateboard right here we use. Hope everybody's well. Tiago Taylor says New York is much more beautiful at night. I agree. I think New York is very, very beautiful at night. Hi there, I'm new to your channel, says Diane. Well, welcome to the channel. I hope you're enjoying. And thank you for stopping by. We're skateboarding in Soho right now, headed down to the Manhattan Bridge. So I hope everybody is enjoying the night. If I didn't read your comment, I do apologize. I really, really do apologize, but they're just going so fast that I don't think I'll be able to get to all of them. So here we have the Freedom Tower right here on Canal Street. So we are on the corner of Canal, and we could actually take this street right down to Chinatown, all the way down here. So I guess we'll get off the board and we'll walk a little bit because we have to walk towards Chinatown. Hey, Paulie says, check out NLCP, another pot REIT, recent IPO. I'll have to check that out for sure. Out and About says you have to set the chat on slow-mo. Yeah, Out and About, I do set the chat on slow-mo, but for some reason it doesn't take, for whatever reason, I'm not sure. Who built the Freedom Tower and who owns it? I'm not sure who owns it. So check out the architecture here in Soho. Beautiful. Could you imagine living in one of these lofts? Hey, Thomas says, good evening, Mr. Tom. I hope you have a great day. Thanks for the live stream. Thank you, Thomas. It's always a pleasure to have you here. Always a pleasure to have you here, Thomas. You're going to love Brickell downtown and maybe even skate through Wynwood and Midtown. And when we get our uptown development done in Eastern Shores, you could skate through there too. Realty by Lance, I'm looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to skateboarding down in Miami. I think it's gonna provide a different perspective to the stream, so I'm excited. So let me pull off to the side here. I'll show you guys some of the graffiti here in Soho, and I'll catch up on some of the comments because I haven't been reading many for you guys. Chat so poppin' that slow-mo broke says Bonzo Law. Texas is its own country, haha, says Sabrina. Masood says, do you know what percentage of condo value in the Upper East Side you pay in property taxes? I don't know what percentage. I do not know what percentage. Brittany says, I live in Texas, and yes, it's like its own country. Wow. Texas state of mind, says Phil. Seven says, thank you for sharing the view. Welcome from Portugal. Love Portugal. Katie says, yeah, no thanks. Texas for a woman would be like hands pigtail. Hey, Gino says, hello from Sydney, Australia. What's up, Gino? Super Beast 001 says, Tom, if you lived in one of those lofts, you would get all, oh my God. Hey, Peter, what's going on, Peter? Says, Apple is spending millions of dollars to clear out a giant homeless camp on undeveloped property they own near PayPal headquarters. Ibrahim Azam, what's going on? James says, not again. I heard that saying before. Look in the mirror, there you go. Sweet Dreams says, Tom, you read every comment. Thank you for that. Tago Taylor says, have you ever seen a famous? Yes. I saw, I used to work right next to Jerry Seinfeld. Brittany McMurdy says, looking forward to reading the newsletter. We will be talking about it tomorrow night. Indeed we will. Brittany, always good to see you. Nathan says, Minnesota feels like its own country, Canada to be exact. Tony says, what's really going on? Not too much. Dracula says, hi Tom, good to see you. Always good to see you, Dracula. You're the best. You're the best, Dracula. John says, do you invest in crypto? Yeah, the only cryptocurrencies I have exposure to is Bitcoin and Ethereum, nothing else. I do not dabble in any of the other alternative coins. Oh, everybody, just a quick question for the chat. When you click on the stream, to enter the stream, does it play advertisements before you enter the stream? Yes or no? I just want to know for my records that if you click on the stream, do you see an ad playing before you enter the stream? HM says hello from Mexico. Al J says yes. Okay, so you do see an advertisement. He says no, not for me, not for me. No, nope, not for me. Wall code. Okay, got it. No. Yeah, that's good. That's good news. So yeah, so it seems like most of the people that says no. Okay. Copy that, over and out. 10-4. Will you keep doing live streams in Miami? When are you moving? Oh, you used to live in Normandy Shores? Dude, no way. Get the hell out of here. Such a great area. Dude, I put in an offer on a house to buy it in Normandy Shores and I lost it. And thank God I did. Thank God I lost it because I found a better house in North Miami Beach, way cheaper. But dude, Normandy Shores is absolute paradise, dude. Oh my God, you used to live in Normandy Shores? Wow. Hey, Kevin Sunderland with the $10 super chat. Thank you so much, Kevin. I really do appreciate the support. And I really, really do sympathize with what you're going through right now, as you told us last night. But we're here for you, and we're all here for you, pal. Dracula's is so peaceful. We're on Canal Street, everybody. You can get the N, Q, R, and W trains. Sweet dreams. Big shout out to the mods. Sorry. No problem. No people in the streets, indeed. Indeed. Andrea says, greetings from Brazil. Welcome everybody from Brazil. Dracula says, I moved from here when I was 23 years old. NYC Cherry Boo says, Tom, should we take a coffee commercial break? Indeed we should. I remember going to Pearl Paints when they were open. I'm dating myself. 1995, great times. We used to go in there, make paint makers for our street expeditions. Security followed us around. Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome. Welcome everybody from Guyana. So I was born in 1995. 1995 was a fantastic year. 1995 was arguably the best year in the history of all years. Best year. What camera am I using? I'm using an iPhone 11. iPhone 11, everybody. Hey, Mary J's here. It says it's 52 degrees. Lovely. Lovely. Katie says it's a friendly greeting. Keith says it's raining here in Buckeye, Phoenix, Arizona. Mathen says agree, was born in 1994. Sunshine says 1995 was a very good year indeed. Very risky, as in they bring cashless society. Do you know Dogecoin accepts some companies? Yeah, I don't get involved in the altcoins, all that stuff. I just think it's too, I don't think it's deserving of financial capital in my mind, but I could be wrong. Murky says 91 was better. Thomas says better enjoy it while we can. We are on the last 2 or 3 streams, and then Tom, Wall Street Skate Bro, moves to Florida. I'll be back, guys, don't worry. Roy says not too much people out tonight, but maybe because San Gennaro has just ended. It's possible. Annalisa, how are you? 2004 was the best. I think 95 was the greatest year. 95 is like you're kicking off the tech boom. Bud's World was born in 1952. 52 was a great year as well. 1952, phenomenal year, great year. One of the best. Dracula says, Phil, you have me beat. That's funny. But yes, we will still be doing streams in Florida for those of you asking. Hey, Joe says, great job tonight watching from New Jersey. Cape May, New Jersey. That's awesome, Joe. Love Cape May. I believe Cape May, New Jersey is the home of the Coast Guard, if I'm correct. Is that true? The Coast Guard in Cape May, New Jersey. So check out all the graffiti on this wall. Absolutely beautiful. Like, if you want to talk about character, if you want to talk about the beauty of being in New York City, you just look at this wall and it's just beautiful. I love it. Hey, Lucky's is watching from Montreal, Canada. We love Canada here. Gerson, Gerson, says hello. Tom, smart going on the curb on the sidewalk. Hey, you live in Florida, says Sir Carlo. That's awesome. I love your New York streams, but your knowledge is invaluable. I will be watching your streams in Miami. Hey, thank you. Are you close to Bowery? Yes, pretty close, not that close. All right, guys, I gotta figure out the chat because I gotta turn it on slow-mo. I really gotta turn it on slow-mo. Ryan Royals says 1995, I was in the 3rd grade. Nice. So I'll give you guys a look down this street. Roy says, I wonder how the future generations try to define generations born during this pandemic. Very interesting. I'm not sure. All right, everyone. So we're walking Canal Street right now. We're walking down Canal Street. We're gonna go over the Manhattan Bridge tonight. We've been skateboarding all night. So we're gonna take a little bit of a break to walk down Canal because this is a very busy street. And if you look at the sidewalks, it's almost impossible to skate this. So we're gonna make the trek on foot to the Manhattan Bridge. I promised everybody we'd make the trip to the Manhattan Bridge. You guys could vote on where we go on the live streams on the YouTube community page. Flat Smack says Generation X is the best. Great. I think Gen Z, the Gen Zers, I have a lot of respect for. Hey, Melee says slow-mo. Hello everyone born in 2001. 2001's a great year as well. Well, actually, maybe not a good year. Thomas says, hey everybody, did you know if you put your cruiser you can adjust for 1080p. Savvy says Manhattan Bridge, please. Everybody born in 1993. AMB says born in 1992. What's up, AMB? Robert Muhammad says no. Tiago says 1970 is the best. William, it is not dangerous to walk at night. So here we are in Chinatown, everybody. Hey, Kenneth says 1980 proud. The 80s has some good music. Some good music. Hey, Melissa White is in the chat, says, hey bro. What's up, Melissa White? Penelope says 1968. Yes, I'm a 60s love child. Awesome, Penelope. Kenneth says, good to see you, Tom. Always good to see you, Kenneth. I look forward to talking to you each night on the stream. So this is the remnants of the San Gennaro's feast. Let's try to maneuver our way around this craziness. I believe this is the last night for it. And everybody's cleaning up, if you could see. Look at all the big cleanup of the San Gennaro's feast. Crazy cleanup. Wow.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with doing shit like that.
Talk about a cleanup that is. Photos from around New York says, oh wow, I've never seen them take it down before. Yeah, they're doing some big cleanup. So we're right here near Chinatown. Yeah, they waste no time, says out and about. Ron Jace has graduated in 81. Phil says, am I the oldest guy here? 1953. Hey, you know what? I'm an old soul at heart. Some of my favorite music is Sammy Davis Jr., The Rat Pack, Dean Martin, very good. So Sammy Davis Jr., Dean Martin, all the greats. Phenomenal musicians. Hey, Kurt Flirt says, hey Tom, what's up? Fred says 1958. Justin says, Tom, what advice do you have for someone who just turned 20 11 minutes ago? Hey, Justin, dude, happy birthday, man. Happy birthday to our pal Justin. So the advice I would have for a 20-year-old, if I could do it all over again, I would focus on hanging around the appropriate people that are gonna help me achieve my goals. You gotta rid all of the people in your life that are still stuck in the college days of partying, going out every night, and you gotta really get serious about what you wanna do with your career. So I would pick something that you're very, very good at, something you're interested in, and I would throw all of my blood, sweat, and tears and energy into doing that. If you're a software engineer, I would become the best software engineer possible. If you're in sales, I would practice becoming the best salesman possible. If you want to be in healthcare, you know, become the best doctor or the best lawyer or the best nurse or whatever. Focus on doing that. Focus on getting extremely, extremely good at a specific skill so you can trade that skill in the marketplace for a lot of money. That's what I would do. And I would start to build a network of people who will help you achieve that. All right, everybody. So here we are at the Manhattan Bridge. We're gonna skateboard over the bridge now. Hey, Marty Lewis says thanks, sweet dreams. Hey, Phil Britton says Blood, Sweat, and Tears, a great band. Katie says cool. Kevin Sunderland says save what you can, indeed. Marty says she was talking about people born in the 1950s.
So you think it's cool, yeah, I fuck with some G's, but do not get it confused.
Have grit, don't give up on your dreams, Gerson, I agree. Hey, Zap Bounce says, oh my God, Tom, be careful going over that bridge. We will. Super Beast says, Tom, is that low-income housing? I believe so. Dog Pound says, what is your favorite skateboarder? Tony Hawk. Tony Hawk is our favorite skateboarder. Kenneth says, a lot of cars. Yeah, a ton of cars here. And a lot of people driving like insane mental nutcases here too, which is not safe because there's a school next to here. And these people drive like they have somewhere to be at midnight. Hey, Justin says, thanks so much, Tom. That's great advice, man. I've been doing that a little already. I've been hanging less around my friends who don't treat finances and the future seriously. Yeah, Justin, let me just, from experience, I would just spend all of my time, dude. You're 20 years old now. You got to kick things in gear, and you got to really rip the face off of this place. Not to be like too melodramatic, but you really got to kick yourself in gear. And I would set myself a specific schedule. Even if you don't have a job right now, you got to get on a schedule. What time are you waking up in the morning, right? Why are you waking up at 1 p.m.? You shouldn't be doing that. You got to get on a schedule. You got to figure it out. Wake up at the same time every day, because you got to develop some disciplines in your life. And you may have that already. Right, but I can tell you with certainty, there's a lot of very, very smart people out there, and this is coming from me. I grew up in New York. I went to school with a lot of kids that went on to go to some of the best colleges and universities in the world, and the competition out there is very fierce. So you have to be on your toes, and you got to be studying. You got to be reading, and you got to start building your network of people that are going to help you either get a good career or a good job. And you could do it, dude. You're going to be very, very successful. I can tell. So here we are on the Manhattan Bridge. Beautiful view. Is Central Park nearby here? Central Park is not nearby here. Oh, that's awesome, Justin. That's great. Yeah, I think discipline is very important. Hey, Arthur's here. Cheers from Brazil. So I'll get to the comments in a little bit. All right, so here we are. Here's the view from the Manhattan Bridge. Beautiful from up here, everybody. Hey, Stephanie McQueen is here. What's up, Stephanie? So for everybody joining, we're skateboarding over the Manhattan Bridge. Beautiful tonight. Hey, Marty. Sorry. Yeah. Hey, Jimmy70, what's up? What's up, Jimmy70? All right, everybody, check out the view. Hey, William Travis. Hey, Penelope, how are you? Hey, Kim Grant says this is crazy beautiful. So we'll head further down the bridge and you guys will see even a better view. An even better view. You'll be able to see the Brooklyn Bridge, all of Lower Manhattan, and even the Statue of Liberty. All right, everybody, I'll try to get you a good shot. So this is all of Lower Manhattan. And if you look straight ahead, that's actually the Brooklyn Bridge. Hey, Luis Beto says hello, everybody. So this is exactly halfway across the Manhattan Bridge. It's beautiful up here at night. Kim Grant says it's amazing. Here, I'll show you guys the Brooklyn side as well. So check it out. This is, wow, amazing. So you can even see South Street Seaport from here, everybody. So right ahead, at the top left-hand corner of your screen, you'll see the Freedom Tower, and then you'll see the Verizon building, and right in front you'll see the Brooklyn Bridge. William Travis says, yeah, great video, thank you. Hey, Jimmy Anderson says, once again, awesome view, Tom. What's up, Jimmy? How are you? You can see Spider-Man from here. I am Spider-Man. Joe says, my mom's watching and loving this. Can you shout out Maria Geegan? What's up, Maria Geegan? How are you? Where is Lady Liberty? So you can see Lady Liberty. We have to go a little bit further down the bridge. So please bear with us here. But for anybody new to the channel, what we do is we skateboard around New York City and we talk about the financial markets. So Monday through Friday, if you want to join us, we skateboard around the city, talk about finance, the financial markets, and then on Saturday and Sunday, we just skateboard around the city, check out all the amazing sites, and there's no topic on Saturday and Sunday. However, if you want to check out my free newsletter, go to the YouTube community page and you'll be able to see it for free. There's a lot of construction here. Okay, so check it out. Alright, so that was the Brooklyn side. So now we are entering over into Brooklyn, New York. now we are very close to the Brooklyn side. Hey, Muhammad says, greeting from Algeria, bro. What's going on? Here's the best view. So I think this is coming up on the best view here. I'll show you guys. This is from the Brooklyn side. So you'll be able to see all of Lower Manhattan and the Brooklyn Bridge right here. Hey, the Catman Games is greetings from Colombia. Sir Carlo, what's going on, Sir Carlo? And guys, if you look down, you'll be able to see a party boat coming by right now. Jay Miller says, piece of worldly advice, live life every day. I remember my first day as a PhD student from Utah. It seems like a brief moment in history. Hey, Phil British, what's going on? Brody says, this looks like a spray paint art. Oddly enough, only a 26-year-old could skateboard and also be talking about the financial markets, says Eric. Karen Alcatraz is here. What's up, Karen? How are you? The Catman says, a beautiful view. What's up, Melee? So I'll show you guys the Brooklyn side. So this is the Brooklyn side of the Brooklyn Bridge right now. Joof. All right, everybody, I hope you enjoyed. Hey, Lee, what's going on? So we're gonna head back over now. So this is the skateboard that we ride around with, just to let everybody know. So I hope you enjoyed these views, and maybe someday we'll actually go down here and hang out on the Brooklyn side, which we hung out a lot. Scott says, remember to click the like button. Appreciate it, everybody. All right, so let's head over, guys. Check out this view of the Manhattan Bridge right here. Beautiful. Sabrina says, thank you, Tom, for the beautiful views tonight. Thank you guys for being here. So, oh, you guys want to see Lady Liberty? I almost forgot. I apologize. So I'll zoom in on the Statue of Liberty and you guys will be able to see. So look directly in the front of your screen right now. And the little teeny green icon right here in the middle of your screen, that's the Statue of Liberty right there. So the little green icon in the middle of your screen, that's the Statue of Liberty right here where my finger is. Boom. All right, everybody. My sister worked for Con Ed as an engineer. That's awesome. That's a great job too. Con Edison is a great job. All right, everybody. I'm gonna get back on the skateboard, and now we're gonna head back to Manhattan. So hopefully you guys can get a good view on the way back as well. So I won't be able to read the comments. So just give me a minute here. Good night, guys. Love you from Brazil. Appreciate it. Hey, Rosie's here. William says, Tommy, you tired? Not really. Not really. So I want to show you guys one more spot here. You can see all of Lower Manhattan, but I want to show you the highway. It looks amazing here. And this highway goes all the way around Manhattan. So during rush hour, this looks the best. But I want to show you guys right now. So check out this view. You have the Brooklyn Bridge, all of Lower Manhattan, but you could also see the highway, the FDR, beautiful. Hey, Sir Carlos says, I just subscribed to your stream. Hey, thank you, Sir Carlo, I appreciate that. Rosie, good to see you. Photos from around New York, good to see you. Victorian, good to see you as well. Kenneth says, can we see a picture of you riding the skateboard? Yeah, I have some on my Instagram if you want to check it out, at Wall Street Skate Bro. I see Lee, Sunshine After Rain. How are you, Sunshine? Nice video, nice channel. I'm going to sleep now. Do you do this kind of thing live in New York City at night on Fridays and Saturdays also? Yes, we do. Indeed, we do. Lucas, what's up, Lucas? Says, wow, beautiful. Postcard picture, indeed. Hey, Lee, how are you? Ray, Fred, P. Vacro says, the view is majestic. The best moment in my life was here. Justin says, what are your top 3 recommendations, book recommendations? Simple Learning says, I am new to the stream. Why did you time my comments? I did not. I did not. Perhaps it was the Nightbot. But my top 3 book recommendations, what I would read, I want to give you finance and life as well. So I think if you're going into a professional career, I would read How to Win Friends and Influence People. Then I would read, what I would do is I would get if I'm 20 years old, the first thing I would do is I would get myself a subscription to Investors Business Daily, and I would read that every single Saturday. Investors Business Daily, I would read that newspaper every single Saturday. Then I would read the book Common Stocks and Uncommon Profits by Phil Fisher. I'm trying to think. Then I would read every book by Peter Lynch. Peter Lynch. Sunshine After Rain is our moderator, and she's dropping some free links to audiobooks. Wait guys, this is another beautiful view I gotta show you. But anybody, if you're getting timed out by the Nightbot, just know that it is not me, it's the Nightbot doing it. Hey, I see Cosmo Scary here. What's up, Cosmo? So this is Chinatown, Lower Manhattan. Hey, Sunshine New York is here. What's up, Sunshine? It's good to see you. Sunshine New York, always good to see you here. All right, guys, now we're gonna get off the bridge and make our way back home. So I appreciate everybody joining. If you want to stick around for the ride, we do have to go all the way back uptown anyway. So definitely let us know and subscribe if you are new. We gotta get some speed going here. We got going there, guys. We got some guys spray painting the fence there. We'll turn a blind eye to that. Don't want any problems. What's the name of that bridge? This is the Manhattan Bridge. Ken, this is where you're getting the coffee. Irving Farm Coffee Roasters is very good here. So there you have it, guys. This is the Manhattan Bridge. We just went over it. Rosa says, how are you from Boston, Mass? We are not. I'm not. Good night, all. It's past the old guy's bedtime. See you soon, Skate Bro. Thank you, Sir Carl. Appreciate it. So if you guys look all the way uptown, you'll be able to see the brand new One Vanderbilt building. It's this building right here, right there, One Vanderbilt. Justin says, I wish I could be there by winter. I love the snow. Tom Peterson says, is the Nightbot auto-generated? Yes, it is, but we need to leave it in place for safety reasons. Thomas says, Trevor, what's going on? Simple Learning says, is that Washington Square Park area? No, it's not. Washington Square Park is further uptown. Hey, Alexander, thank you for the $400 Russian ruble, I believe. Thank you for coffee. Thank you so much. I appreciate you and everybody who's been supporting the channel. Thank you so much. Sunshine New York says, come for the snow. It's really fun. Julie says, Tom, can we have a closer look at the Empire State Building? Yes. So when we skateboard back home, you guys are going to see a great view of the Empire. It's going to look absolutely beautiful. P. Vaco says you love snowboarding too. I've never been really one for snowboarding, but I do understand how people like it. Sunshine New York says Tom doesn't like snow. I don't. That is true. Sunshine, good to see you here. Happy Sunday. Hope you're well. Musad says, how much is a 4-bedroom house in Miami Beach? Oh, in Miami Beach? Millions. Millions. Hey, Clay says, hello, man. What's going on, Clay? I would never bet a place in Miami Beach, like up north I like. Hey, Yoslin S says, I'll be there on October 27th. I can't wait. Yoslin, that's awesome. That's awesome. Well, welcome to New York. And hello from Budapest, Hungary. That's awesome. Melissa White says, Tom, I want to see you turn the camera around. Maybe one day, guys. Maybe one day. Trevor says, LOL, I was timed out. No problem, Trevor. Yeah, we need to leave the Nightbot in place. I can't take it down. I apologize. Because sometimes there's very not good people. Justin says, wish my location, South Alabama, could get heavier snow. Zap Allen says, oh my God, Tom, I was watching the Friday replay and I saw the lady using the restroom beside her car. I know. I have to edit that out. I did not mean to film that. Ninza says subscribed. N-I-Z-I-N-A 7 says subscribe. Thank you so much for subscribing to the channel, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed that beautiful view over the Manhattan Bridge. Sweet Dreams Coffee, you say that funny? Daniel Baca says she had to go. So a lot of people ask me about specific investments or stock picks and things like that. So every Sunday night, I'm going to post a newsletter. So if you go to my YouTube community page, you can read all about the markets a look ahead. So please do that if you want. And we are in Chinatown. Mr. Colts is when you got to go. Hello from Honduras is Aldo. What's up, Honduras? I have been to the Stewart Hotel on 7th Street. Christians is back on solid ground. Absolutely. We are back on solid ground. So Chinatown is one of my favorite places. You know what? Since it's Sunday, everybody, I'm going to take you on a skateboard ride down one of the most beautiful streets in Chinatown. Check it out. This is absolutely gorgeous. One of my favorite places in New York. Look at how beautiful this looks. You can't get better than this. Really, really nice here. So this is Mott Street in Chinatown. Very, very quiet. Very, very quiet here on Mott Street. Trevor Taylor says happy autumn moon. Absolutely. Happy autumn moon, everybody. Melee says thank you again for showing us the view, the city at night. Stay safe. Thank you, Melee. Mr. Cold says your social credit score is dropping because you were skateboarding, says Mr. Cold. Appreciate that. I don't think we are by that. Kobo Bunny says any future news on the Evergrande situation. So I think they were able to make some of their debt payments in debt that's denominated in China, so locally denominated debt. However, they're still figuring out a way to make payments to other lenders. However, what I think is going to happen is they're probably going to start to barter and try to have debtors accept interest payments in actual property. So the Evergrande situation, the one thing that's the most concerning to me about Evergrande is that 1.4 million hardworking Chinese people have already either prepaid or put down significant deposits on homes already that have yet to be built. Their deposit and not even get their homes built. So we have to hope for the best. I think the Chinese government is going to come in and help rectify the situation just so these people don't lose everything. Hey, that's a Tesla taxi. Check that out. That's cool. Hey, Max Smith says Southern California shout out. Phil Britton says skateboarding is flying without wings. I agree. Yeah, but isn't that crazy, guys, that Evergrande actually pre-sold 1.4 million apartments. Pre-sold 1.4 million apartments to people that they haven't even started yet. They haven't even started building these apartments. Hey, I see Sam is in here. Sam is our good pal from Toronto, Canada. What's up, Sam? Hope you're well. We're walking through Chinatown tonight. Lee, how are you? I see you here, Lee. Hey, Jonathan says saludos from El Salvador. What's going on? Thank you for being here. Evergrande is like Bernie Madoff. Yeah, potentially. The most concerning thing also that I see is that Evergrande had a wealth management division. Evergrande had a wealth management division where they would manage money for Chinese investors. And all of those Chinese investors want to pull their money out of Evergrande, and they're trying to get them to take unfinished real estate instead of actually getting their money back. So it's really, really bad situation over there. Hey, Quan says, Tom, what kind of car are you getting in Miami? No car. You want to see the car we're getting? This is it. This is the car we're going to get. It's beautiful. It gets 460,000 miles to the gallon. That's the car right there. Max Smith, what's going on? So this is Little Italy now, headed over this way. Mott Street, right off of Mott Street. And you can see the aftermath of the San Gennaro's feast. They'll have this all cleaned up by morning. Andrew Tong says, hi Tom from South Philadelphia. Daniel says they need to fix the trash handling in New York City. I think the trash handling is pretty decent. We just finished the San Gennaro's feast here, so it made us look a little bit crazy temporarily, but this should all be cleaned up by tomorrow, I can guarantee. Do the streets change in Chinatown terms of lights? Do they stay that all the time? I don't think so. I think they're here for a special festival, the Special Light Festival, the Autumn Fest, I believe. So everybody, if you look directly ahead, you can see the Empire State Building right here. Penelope says would have already had this cleaned up in London. That is true. So right here is the Empire State Building. Looks pretty cool. Hey, Daryl is here from Chicago, Illinois. Awesome. What's up, Daryl? Trevor says, wow. What's up, Trevor? Katie says, rat carrying an egg roll. Daniel says, the city is so different than the rest of New York City. Doesn't follow the grid. Hey, insurance practice exam says hello, everybody. Sam says, Tom, escape bro chick went right by you. Yes, I did see. Indeed. Hey, the Jug Show says, howdy, brother. Good day from Australia. Hope you're well, mate. What's up, everybody in Australia? Good to have you here. Lady Coach Explorers, good to have you. And Mr. Cold. Wow, check that out, everybody. This stream, I feel like we're seeing New York City behind the scenes, after hours. So if you guys enjoy this sort of content and you want to see more, feel free to subscribe to the channel and leave a like on the video if you so choose. Now there's one of the best Egyptian restaurants right here called Zuba. One of the best Egyptian restaurants. Hey, Charlie Richardson says Tom is awesome. What's up, Charlie? That's a good guy. Trevor says, I'm surprised there are no movie shootings happening. Max Smith, we are not in Queens, we are in Manhattan. Tim says, howdy, good morning from Saxony, Germany. Welcome everybody from Germany. Mike, we do sometimes. Charlie says, Tom is the guy who will be well off financially and you won't know. Thank you, Charlie, I appreciate you. Hey, Kobo Bunny says, Wall Street skate bro So I want an honest opinion here. What do you think of the de Blasio's performance? Not good, not good. Hey, Stephanie McQueen, 410 says, you're one really cool dude, Tom. Well, you're very, very nice, Stephanie. I do appreciate you being here a lot, and I respect you as well. Tito says, how's life in New York? I love it. Love New York. Mara Childress says, this is nice. Watching from Texas. I miss the city so much. Well, you got to come back. You got to come back. You have to come back. Texas is great, though. Texas is great. So we're coming up on one of the greatest Egyptian restaurants in the city. It's called Zooba, Z-O-O-B-A. Great food. Here, I want to show you guys one of my favorite paintings. I guess you really shouldn't call it a painting, but like a mural. Check it out. Isn't that beautiful? Right there? Right there near the parking garage. Beautiful. Morris is indeed planning to make a comeback next year. You got to. You got to come. You're always welcome here. And it's one thing that's good about riding a skateboard in New York. It's very easy to get around, and it costs you nothing. So this is Zuba, the best Egyptian place in the city, right here, Zuba. Zuba is an Egyptian place. Very good. Yeah, that is true, sunshine after rain. I guess it depends. Thomas, indeed. Yes, I was. New York fans is another superb video, Tom. Looking forward to the next one. Hey, New York fan. That's awesome. Thank you. Leonard King says, how soon do you think they're going to pick up the trash? All that trash will be picked up by tomorrow. Tom, what do you think about Affirm? I'm watching Affirm and I'm bullish on it. Very good. Zuba is more for lunch, Tom. Yeah, Cherry Group, you're right. It's more for lunch. It's not filling. That's what I'll say. It's not very filling, but if anybody wants to Google Zuba, very good menu, very good people. The owners are very nice. And if you were to ask me what would I get there, I have no idea. I just point to whatever looks good on the menu. I don't really know what it's called, but whenever I go there, the food is amazing. Amazing. But sanitation's pretty good. I guarantee you, all of that garbage will be gone by tomorrow. Cosmo Scary, what's up, Cosmo? Cosmo Scary is our moderator and our Baruch alumni. Marcy says the garbage will indeed be gone by morning. Have the COVID restrictions changed? The only thing that changed is that if you want to eat inside in New York City, you have to show proof of vaccination, your vaccination card. Hey, Bottomless Coffee says, nice, Baruch, I went to Hunter. Yeah, we have a lot of CUNY alumni in here. I went to John Jay, Cosmo went to Baruch, I think Cherry Group went to Baruch. And we have a lot of Hunter College and Lehman College alumni. So we definitely have City University in New York representing in the chat. Ryan Royal says, thanks to Tom, we have a long list of restaurants to visit in New York. So if you're coming here, visit Becco, B-E-C-C-O. Very good spot. Hey, Marty says, I went to Manhattan School of Music. Nice. Hey, Paul Little says, love the eatery and coffee cafe recommendations. Zuba looks cool as well. Yeah, Hunter College is nice. It's on the Upper East Side. Very nice campus. Yeah, Arctic Turns is not the anti-vaxxers' favorite city. So here we are approaching into Soho. You have the main Adidas store right here. Yeah, photos from around New York says City College looks gorgeous as well. It is. CB7 Rider says this channel is relaxing. Appreciate that. Tom Peterson says, I think COVID. Yeah, let's not talk about the big C on the channel, because the YouTube overlords will demonetize and ban us into existence. So if you guys want to see these skateboarding live streams and not be banned or demonetized or taken down, let's cool it on the big C talk. So this is a very famous store too, called Kith, for anybody who's interested in fashion. But Soho is beautiful to skate at night. Nobody around, very safe. Hey, Mark says, hi Tom, heard you're moving to Miami. Is that true? That is true. So my closing date is October 1st. So I'll be closing on my house down in Southern Florida. Miami first. So this week, guys, I may not be live very much this week. I'm going to do my best, but I may have to fly down to Miami tomorrow. So we may be very short on live streams this week. It's going to be very busy for me with work, with moving all my stuff out of the apartment, with moving all the stuff out of the apartment and so on. Kurt Flirt says he's not kidding either. They will miss your channel. Appreciate that, guys. We're on Broadway right now, near Astor Place. We're near Astor Place. So they're actually opening a Wegmans. I'm not sure if anybody's familiar with Wegmans. If I owned a car in Manhattan, where would I park it? Parking is very difficult to come by in Manhattan. Marcy says, yeah, well, so Marcy, I'm going to be based in New York City. So I will always be back and forth. I'll probably be back in New York City once a month. But I needed to move to Florida because of the business, for tax reasons, and I need to hire employees, and I can't do that here right now. At least now I can't. Someday I will, but we will probably have maybe 3 to 4 live streams a month in New York City. But besides that, we will be live streaming in Miami, the financial district, but I will always be back and forth. So we will have half and half the streams in in New York City, and half in Miami. Hey, Joe J says, congratulations on the new house. Safe travels. Thank you. I appreciate that. Really, really do. Larry says, congrats on your closing on the property, Tom. Thank you, Larry. You guys are the best. Yeah, Dracula, the new Wegmans is opening here, Astor Place. And this is actually the IBM Watson building. So I'm not sure if you're familiar with IBM Watson, but they're right here. I'm not sure if that was, I don't know what that was. Marcise is understandable. I'll still be watching. I love Miami too. Jackie Jackson says, wishing you the best with your closing and move. We'll see you when you return. Thank you, Jackie. Appreciate you. Hey, Faye says, I live on 30th Street. Phil says, learn to surf. Maybe we'll have to. Charlie Richardson says, I'm excited to see Miami streams as well. I think you guys are going to really like Miami. Thomas says, Tom, I think your mix of streaming here and Miami will be great. Can't wait. Appreciate that. Tipper Net says, I love late night New York City. Junior says, what time is it there? There's no one on the street. I think it's 1 o'clock in the morning, but I could be wrong. I'm not sure what time it is. But I hope you're well. Hey, Prince says, Bal Harbor, Miami is gorgeous. Yeah, so my house is very close to that. Very, very close to Bal Harbor. So the house is equidistant between Miami International Airport and Fort Lauderdale in the city of North Miami Beach. Very close to Bal Harbor. So I'm very excited about it. Miami is very pro-business. So the goal is to, kick things off, get things up and running, and then move back to New York, have 2 places. So that's the plan. So we'll see. Ren says, what are the next big stocks for the next decade? I think the stocks that are going to outperform over the next decade or produce the most alpha are going to be the companies that have the most data. Because if you think about artificial intelligence, machine learning, in order to have successful AI and successful machine learning, you need extreme amounts of data. So if you think about Google, Amazon, Facebook, all of these companies have so much data on us, so much personal information. How we shop, how we think, how we act, what sort of content we consume. So those companies, I think, are going to pull away. So if you think about big tech, I think that big tech is going to continue to outperform over the next decade because there's a very interesting book that I think everybody should read. And it's called AI Superpowers by Kai-Fu Lee. And Kai-Fu Lee was the former president of Google China. And he says that moving into the next decade, the new oil is big data. And China and the United States have all the data. So please look out for that. Sunshine New York says, yes, Tom, go over there and open shop. Appreciate you, Sunshine New York. Abe says, I can, Tom, will hire a car for the few days, and he needs one. Surfside is upscale as you can get, says Phil. Hey, Riley Smith's here, says, hey, Tom. Marcy says, be really cool to live in both. This is Marcy. Good to see you, Marcy. Charlie Richardson is our good pal. Says, you are taking your talents to South Beach. That's funny. I'll be like the Dwayne Wade of New York City. Just kidding. Mark says, well, I'll definitely watch you in Miami. And I also love New York. I love your channel, seeing the sights in New York. Appreciate that, Mark. Thank you so much. Cosmo, I would not consider in the Cayman Islands. Unless I open up a hedge fund, because if you open a hedge fund, you need a holding company and you need the actual company, and that's due to like audits. So the majority of the offshore holding companies for hedge funds are in the Cayman Islands. Yeah, I think that major cities will always come back, right? So like New York, Boston, even Silicon Valley, all those cities are always going to come back. Miami. However, Florida has traditionally been a very transient place. But what I think about now, there's so much investment going there with tech and finance. I don't think it'll ever be anything like New York City, but I think you're going to start to see people move there for good, for very good high-paying jobs. Because the problem with Florida in the past is that the job market was extremely poor. But now, you know, in southern Florida, there's a lot of very high-paying tech jobs that didn't exist before. And even some of my friends who work in venture capital and private equity took very lucrative jobs down in southern Florida. So we'll see how it plays out. Best advice for someone thinking about living in New York, you got to go out and meet people, I would say. That's probably the best advice that I would give. You just got to go out and meet people and stay away from people that are just going to be a money and a time drain. That just want to go out and party all the time. You got to get around very successful people here and very kind and compassionate people that aren't looking to take advantage of you. Hey, so everybody, I'm on 3% battery. So once again, I appreciate everybody that's coming here to the streams, talking to me every day. I really have a lot of gratitude for that. You guys are what make the stream great. If there wasn't you guys commenting in the chat, talking about different topics, teaching me things, there'd be no channel. So I really do want to say thank you to everybody, all the moderators, everybody that's been tuning in. I think we've created something very unique here. We are a group of very diverse individuals from all over the world. So I just want to say thank you. So I really do appreciate everybody. Hey, Billy Diaz has just subscribed. Appreciate it. So my phone's gonna die. The moderators are great. I think you guys keep a very stable space for people to feel comfortable to express their ideas. Right? We talk a lot about finance and investing and tech, and these can be very controversial subjects. So you guys have opened up my mind to different points of view and different perspectives, and I think that's important. So appreciate it. Thank you, everybody. Thank you to all the mods. Be safe. Make it a great week. Monday, it's time to get in the game. Time to get focused. I hope everybody has a very successful, productive week ahead. If I don't see you next week, just know because I'm very busy with the closing on the house and traveling. So I'll leave you off with this beautiful view of the Empire State Building. And just remember to be safe, always do the right thing. And as always, see you guys in the next one. Hey, Wet Soup, appreciate you being here. Phil says, come to Colorado, that's skateboarding. I will, Phil. William Travis, NYC Cherry Groove, Cosmo Scary, Marita Sanchez, Victorian, Cheeky Bear, Thomas, Phil Richardson, Michelle McGraw, NYC Cherry Groove, our real estate expert here. Dracula, thank you. Penelope, appreciate you. Mark, Marty, Michelle McGraw, you're the best. Friendship Lights, Dracula, Ryan Royal, everybody take it easy. Sam, Mark Davis, photos from around New York, Prince. And if you guys want to check out the newsletter, it's right on the community page. So everybody be safe, have a productive week, and I'll see you next time.